Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Ethereum and its valuations against Bitcoin, figure out where we are, how far we've gotten, and how long is this going to last. Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, yesterday was a pretty eventful day, or I would say maybe the uh, last 3 days. On the 8th, on Saturday, we went up about almost 10% against Bitcoin with Ethereum, and the following day on Sunday was a 2% increase. So we held the gains of the day before, and today we're breaking out at 5%. Also of note is that we broke $4,000. We went up as high as like, yeah, 4250 or so, but came back down. But this is essentially where we are. We're at the zero point zero 0.07 Bitcoin level. We haven't been at this level for years. Last time was July of 2018. Yeah. So we have never been at these levels for a very long time, and here we are. So what does that mean though? Well, one thing to note is, and I'll flip it to the monthly because I feel like that'd be easier to see macro moves. Um, if we flip it to the monthly, we're now, if you divide this chart in half, essentially, which I would, arguably would say it's here. We are pretty much now in the upper bounds of the chart, right? If we split this in half, this is the lower half, this is the top half, and then you can cut this in half even further, which I would say is the rectangle. And now we're in the extreme upper bounds of 0.05 to 0.0115. So things are getting very, very heated. And, at this point, at least for me, we've gone to Bitcoin valuations we haven't seen in years. And I want to take advantage of it. So I have thrown in a trailing stop. We passed my sell point for Ethereum, and I continue to let it ride. And now I think it's gone high enough where I want to lock in those gains. So I've threw in a trailing stop. And this accomplishes two things and exposes me to one risk. The one risk is, uh, I could get stopped out. And what does stopped out mean? Well, we could have a wick that goes down six, maybe 10% or so, and then come back up. And I believe where I threw my stop is around a 10% drop. So that if the price goes back down 10% and then comes back up, well, then guess what? I got stopped in. And if it continues to go higher, then I just lost that opportunity. But what's more important is that you solidify your gains. That's the main priority. Any other general price increases, I would say, is just gravy at this point. Obviously, this is not going to be my last sell. I do have two more that I'm looking to sell back into Bitcoin, and with that, uh, this is where I feel that we're at. Do I think this is a market like a peak? No. Um, we look to Bitcoin for inspiration, and to me, this right here does not look like a market peak or cycle peak. Not just yet. And because of that, I would say that Ethereum has a while's ways to go. Even if this may be a local peak, it can come back down and come back up to this area once again, all because this when we look at Bitcoin, we see that it's not coming down. It's essentially almost making a new base for itself. And so, because it's not a market cycle peak, I don't think this is a market cycle peak. If anything, this could be just a local peak for another run down the line, but we'll see. This could easily go higher, and if it does, great. But I'm not going to be one to tell which way or the other. When things are like this, you could easily say that momentum's on your side, which it is, and momentum is on our side, and that's why I feel like it can continue to go up. But at any point, the 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 price can just make a U-turn at some point. So always be ready, you know, whether that's throwing in your stops or if you're watching the price every 5 minutes and you have a mental target of a stop loss, then be my guest. But this is essentially where we're at with Ethereum. At $4,000, this is a pretty high valuation. Uh, if we get to the point one level, that's $5,000. But well, $57,973. So keep that in mind. And then the point one ratio is fairly far away still. I mean, you can tell we're only at 0.07. To get to 0.01, we would need to move up another 45% against Bitcoin, which I mean we've already done. I believe we've already done that. So yeah, we moved up 131% this move. From the bottom, we moved up 300 or so percent against Bitcoin. So question is, can we put in another 50%? Well, that's entirely up to Ethereum for to decide. Um, it can easily go either way. And I think that's the more important lesson or reminder in this video is that this is great, but this can stop at any moment in time. And because of that, you should lock in your gains, protect your wealth, throw it back into Bitcoin or whatever's more stable than Ethereum, and and let it grow from there. And then once Ethereum comes back to a more favorable Ether Bitcoin valuation, then I'll consider to buy back in. Obviously, Ethereum is going to be special though that it's going to be one of the cryptocurrencies that I will not fully 100% sell. I will keep some, just in case for either the last altcoin cycle where everything goes bananas and might see a favorable Ether Bitcoin valuation, or for the long term. I haven't decided yet, but I am planning to keep at least some Ethereum and not sell all of it. But that's essentially it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin makes any rash moves, then obviously Ethereum is going to get affected by this. But at the moment right now, Bitcoin's off 5.22% at 0.07 Bitcoin. It's pretty amazing stuff, guys. Take care. Bye bye.